Hello, couch co-opers, couch potatoes, and couch codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. I'm Ian, and I got Jared, Dave, and Nick on the couch with me tonight. Hopefully, Aaron will show up. He should be here. But how's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Been a chill weekend-ish.
Everyone on chill weekends? Everyone kicking it? Relaxing?
Yeah.
Chillaxing?
Gotta go back
Maxing
to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lots of beer?
After 3.5 days off, it's like,
It's free and
You know what's funny now?
Yeah.
Now that I don't mind work, I don't really, this weekends are just like days. Like, it all just kind of blends together now.
That's
I don't-
good.
Yeah, it's not too
That's
bad. It's a interesting, it's a new kind of feeling. I don't really know how to quantify it, but it's like I don't really, like, I just feel like every day is just another day at this point. There's no weekends or weeks. Because I used to really just be like, nah, I don't want to go to work.
Those were some hard Sundays.
Yeah.
I'm in that same boat with you, Ian, kind of, where I had a whole Tuesday through Saturday schedule, and now I have weekends off again. So, I mean, that still kind of feels weird to me. And then, I'm just not always going into work full of anger and dread.
Right. It's nice. It's
I mean,
this burden lifted.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
And then
don't hate my job.
other burdens came and
Well,
took
yeah,
its place.
of
But
course. Isn't that the way? That's the
Yeah.
way. I mean, like,
I saw one burden and two burdens replace it.
but I gotta be like, the burdens I have currently are like not that bad. So I'm like, okay, this is not a bad burden, like the continued drama with my window, my driver's side windshield on my window on my door. It continues to be a problem, but
Still an issue.
yeah,
Dang.
it's cool, it's fun, it's awesome.
Hello, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, welcome
What
to
up, everybody?
the Couch Co-op Show, Aaron.
What
Welcome
up?
to the couch. Oh, we're dropping some Vortex.
nice.
That's right. The big boy, too.
Yeah, big. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they made that in Big Boys.
I got
Big
some
boys.
Kirkland Lager made by Deschutes.
I got golden throat charmer.
I've got some Crown Royal and some Kelt Lager.
Oh.
Tonight's beer battle.
Next
Oh,
double
beer
fisting with the
battle.
single fist. Okay.
His fist is so big, it's like two fists.
I can hold. Yes. I don't want to even get into it. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Let's go off the rails quickly.
Well, I'm glad I'm the one that did it. So,
Anyway, welcome everybody to the show. This is the Couch Co-op Show. We are a video game and variety podcast at this point. I hope everyone seemed to really enjoy the Disney podcast, Jared. I wasn't sure where we were going to go on that
Okay.
journey, but it was a lot of fun. I even re-listened to it, and I
yeah,
think
it
it's a
was
lot
fun.
of fun episode. I thought it was really cool. I don't know if Nick or Dave got a chance to listen to the episode, but it's like, oh man, this is it's funny, and Aaron and Scott joined, and it was a
Yeah.
good time.
and that's when all went downhill.
Yeah, no, it didn't. But it was a good time. Anyway, we're a podcast. We're on all the platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Audible. You can find us streaming live like we are right now on Couch Co-op or Milkman YouTube. What the fuck? YouTube.com/Milkman Pictures. You can also find all the past episodes recorded live on that. And there's a bunch of other cool content like Couch Co-op Hops, the beer videos. There's the car videos. There's like video game playthroughs. There's all kinds of stuff that we do. So
The really old Couch Co-op Show.
the really old Couch Co-op Show,
Yeah, back when I had no grey hairs.
and then eventually there's going to be the whole. I'm not going to say anything right now because we're waiting. What is this? Episode 445. Oh my God, we're getting there.
believe so.
All right. Anyway, tonight is something that's been in gestation for a long time now, and finally
Yes.
we all got through it to the best of our abilities. This is the special Fallout 3 episode where we talk about Fallout 3, the video game by Bethesda Softworks, directed by Todd Howard.
Released 2008.
2008,
Mhm.
yeah. Before we jump into our feelings of the show, of the game, I want to kind of toss it over to Nick.
This
Because
is
I-
Nick's episode.
This is Nick's episode, but I think before we get really into the gaming himself, he has a beer battle for us. So
Oh.
let's.
Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
it
and
Fallout
I'm
themed?
hoping it's Fallout themed. If it's not,
Yeah.
he's getting fired. But we'll save that to the end of the show.
I say suspended without pay, but go on.
Oh, you're right. He doesn't get paid, and I need everyone I can. Anyway, Nick, what beers are we drinking tonight?
Sorry, it's not Fallout themed. I know.
I'll follow the paperwork now. You're suspended.
All right, cut the episode. Nick just left.
What?
Hey, welcome back, Nick.
Sorry.
I also don't
He
know.
fired himself.
I
Yeah.
meant to
Yeah,
write
I
down the
quit.
gamer that I'm. So if you look at the YouTube stream, there's an actual full 11-hour playthrough of Fallout 3 happening right now. But I
Okay.
forgot to grab the gamer who's actually doing that stream, so I will post it in the YouTube description at the end. But yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube or watching us live, there's actually someone playing Fallout, and I'm curious if he'll actually get through the creator creation part by the time we're done. Anyway,
Probably not. That takes about an hour.
anyway, Nick, what are the beers?
So the one that I just poured, it's a Matchless Super Fluff, and
It's a very pink can.
I like it.
I mean, it's
The,
nice,
the
but
can, I never had it, but
the only problem is it is really hard to read.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
the light
it's-
font on light paint.
The Nuka-Cola
Yeah.
of beers, some would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there,
actually,
I
it
can
actually
see
looks
it.
better in the camera.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Something
but yeah, it's a
love.
hazy. It's a hazy double IPA. And that's about all I can really see.
Yeah.
You can't get the flashlight out.
I find myself taking pictures of cans so I can zoom in on the text.
Yeah.
My old eyes.
Well, no, this is just, it's really hard to read. But,
Yeah.
I mean, this is, a hazy double IPA, which doesn't really excite me, but I guess that might be the. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say because I don't know. Anyway, so it's got Citra, Eldorado, and Mosaic hops. Oh, and it lists the grain, like Pilsner grain, flaked oats, and flaked wheat. Yeast is juice, and the descriptor is, this one is extra fluffy, so I don't know what that means.
By fluffy, he
But-
means radioactive to keep up with the
Yep.
theme of the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Right.
yes, there we go.
But
Like a pillow
No
in
doubt.
your mouth.
Yeah.
oh, you motherfucker! Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull a Jared here and
Take a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to read what the.
It's okay if you need glasses, Nick. We all do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Squinting pretty hard there.
I know. It's not on my
Yeah.
desk right now, but I do have a magnifying glass. For just
Oh, I have one that you pull up and it has a flashlight on it. I
Yeah,
use that
I've
all the
got
time.
that
I
one.
love that
It
thing.
is fantastic.
You know what?
It's-
Fucking.
Doesn't
They're
matter.
gonna make it
super
hard to
nice.
read what the ABV
It's
is.
all
and
right.
It doesn't matter.
He's
That's all
gonna-
Probably in
it's
like a 9% range.
He's gonna drink it. He's gonna enjoy it or not, and I'd love to take over the conversation here. But we got to go back to Nick because
Yes.
this is his
Yep.
episode.
Yes.
So.
So Nick,
We're on Nickelodeon right now.
little kind of tell us
Oh,
why.
good. I haven't heard that today.
Oh my God!
Hey.
Way to go, Aaron. Nick, tell us why you love this game so much.
Good
Why
job
it's
with
one
the
of your
comment.
favorite games. Why you wanted us to play it.
Actually, me just asking you guys to play it was just more of a goof, and you guys kind of just took it seriously and ran with it. And I was like, all right, well, whatever.
Always the always the content creator.
Yeah.
Let's suffer through this, guys.
Well, yeah, so y'all have Ian to blame for this one, not me. I wasn't.
No, it's definitely you.
Yeah.
I'm blaming
okay.
you on this one.
Okay.
Nick.
All
That's
right.
for you, Nick.
But why do you love it?
Yeah.
Why is this a
Yeah,
game you
why
love?
do you love it?
Because it was really like it was a game that I started playing that I just immediately fell in love with, and I hadn't felt that in a game in quite a long time, and it just like the first 6 hours of playing it were just like I didn't even really feel like 6 hours, and I think I was
you
probably
playing
like-
the same game I played. The first part of this game was horrendous. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, finish your
Yeah,
thoughts.
Yeah,
You're,
I mean,
entitled to your opinion.
I mean, it was. I wouldn't say it was like the first first-person RPG role-playing shooter that I played, or something to that effect. I mean, because I had played Borderlands like a couple months prior, but I don't know. I can't really say what it was that just grabbed me about this game, but it was just. I mean, the environment and everything. It just.
The right game
I
at the
don't-
right time.
Yeah, right game at the
Yeah.
right time. I guess it just.
Yeah.
It kind
That-
of blew me
that
away.
happens.
I mean, I was living with Jake at the time, and he was always a big Fallout fan, especially like the OG Fallouts. And he bought this game and kind of never really got into it because he didn't really have the right TV for it. And like even having him there probably helped a lot too because he ended up getting into it while he was sitting there watching me play on this new TV or newer TV because he was playing on a CRT.
Oh, this was back when it was the transition
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
That's
is this was like about 15 years ago. It was early 2010 when I
yeah.
Yeah, because
Started
that's
playing
back
this
when some Xbox 360 models did not come with an HDMI
Yeah,
port.
if you had the first ones, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I had one of those.
right in the transition. Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
Let me just read the first little paragraph here. Fallout 3 is an action role-playing game that can be played
Yep.
from either a first-person or third-person perspective. It is set in the Washington metropolitan area, years after a nuclear war left much of the United States decimated. The players control a 19-year-old character who grew up in a Fallout shelter called Vault 101. The goal of the game is to complete a series of quests to find the character's father, who unexpectedly left Vault 101. In addition to the main quest, the player can participate in, get this, optional unrelated quests known as side quests.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Games
Whoa.
Radar
What a
critic,
revelation!
Rebels.
Games Radar critic Andy Kelly estimates there are over 100 hours of content in Fallout 3. And I remember hearing that and being like, dude, I'm never going to play this game. Like, I don't want to play a game for over 100 hours. Little did I know that would all change because that's just where the world and the direction of gameplay went. But
Yeah,
I remember
pretty much.
initially when that game launched and just like learning about the amount of options, and I was just like, wow, that seems wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Who does that?
Yep.
Did you know all that, Nick, going into it? Like that it was just like this massive, endless kind of...
I did not. In fact, I mean, that's probably the other thing that probably grabbed me is it was also a little, like I did mention, like I played Borderlands like months prior, but
Mhm.
it was a bit of a departure from like some of the usual games that I was playing. Like at the time, it was more like a sports theme, like basketball and football games, and then of course GTA. That's the whole reason I ended up getting a PS3 was because GTA 4 was coming out or came out at the time.
Same year.
But I kind of fell into this, I guess this box where I would only there were only certain types of games that I was playing, and so I eventually decided to come out of the box a little bit and play this game, and just caught me at the right time and kind of blew me away and kind of.
And
Got me.
you've been chained to it ever since. Like this is a game that you
Hey,
have not.
How many times have
you have
beat
not.
this game?
Yeah, how many times have you beat it? How many times? Like you have not left. This is like your This is like your bitch. Like this is like your side bitch. Like if
I mean,
if a game was
Well,
a wife, you've been married to this game forever.
not.
Pretty
I
much.
mean, let's be fair, because about a year later, I found like the younger sister of it,
Okay.
and that was the one that that really she got her hooks in me.
But you're in the whole family is what's going on here. Like you're like a pimp.
Yeah, I
and,
guess
like-
so.
You're working your way through.
Yeah, well, I was trying, but Some of the family members, I found them too challenging.
Cool.
Sorry.
Are you ready for us to talk about this game?
I mean, I already kind of had an idea. Like, even years ago, I mentioned this game to Jared. Like, I was... Because when I first met Jared and, we talked about playing video games, I mean, I was just telling him, like, those games that I was playing, like, in my little sphere or box or whatever, just, like, sports games and stuff. And I think that was his first impression of what kind of gamer I was. Like, just I played the sports games, and that was pretty much it. Maybe just, basically all the bro type games. And so I was kind of excited that this kind of game, kind of grabbed me, and I started playing it and like hooked me in. And then I talked to him about it, and he's like, yeah, I had it. And he played it for a little bit, and he just said, yeah, I wasn't into it.
Right.
So I wouldn't say I was defeated or disappointed or anything like that. I mean, at least he knew that I probably ventured out, but but based on that, I kind of had an idea that I knew he probably wasn't going to enjoy it, and I
sure
kind of felt like the rest of you would kind of
fall in line.
Yeah.
So before we get into our
although
thoughts,
actually
okay,
I will say
go ahead.
But because you had recently played Fallout 4 and did mods and stuff with that, and you're a huge Skyrim fan too.
Right.
I kind of thought you may have. I thought you might come to a bit of a different conclusion. I mean, you may still not like it as much, but like throwing in the mods and stuff you may still be able to stomach it. So
I don't want to get to our thoughts. I got to tease this out a little bit, guys. We can't just like fucking whatever we're gonna, So I
want that ass with a feather.
So, who of us, aside from Nick, tried it around launch? Not at. I don't think any of us bought it at launch, but who tried it around launch?
I'd never played it before.
Close. I know I played it on my PS3.
Yeah, so I actually borrowed it from Jared. And so that's how I tried it. And you bought it or you tried it close. Did you buy it, Aaron, or did you just like rent?
I bought it. Yeah, I bought it. It was like Game of the Year edition for like $20. Not Game of the Year, but the greatest hits, I think, is when I got it.
Yeah, that was the second time I bought it. Was the Game of the Year edition. It had all the
it was like
DLC
$20. I didn't want to buy it all the way around. I didn't want to buy it brand new because I was living by myself. And
so we were all still rocking PS3s at this point. We hadn't moved on to the PS4 yet. So that's when we had initially.
I was rocking an Xbox 360, man.
You're right. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe Aaron.
I still had a 360.
Yeah,
I had it for 360, and then I got it for PS3.
Okay, so I played it later for the PS3 version from Jared. Yeah, the Game of the Year edition. So like you guys, Aaron, did you get it for PS3 or Xbox?
Hold on.
PS3.
Okay.
So, Jared, you bought a game you didn't really care for twice.
That's
well, Jared. I didn't know I didn't care for it the first time, and then I wanted to give it another
so you bought
chance.
It again to make sure. Or did the
end? I had the same conclusion in the same period of time.
Let's really lock this in. He bought it 3 times, guys.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, I didn't buy it a third time, did I?
Oh, you got it for free?
No. Yeah, I got it for free on Epic and GOG. I think I have.
You're right. You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
I mean, you can't feel too bad for getting it for free.
So for the 3 of us that tried it initially around launch 2008, 2009, Jared, let's start with you. How far did you get in your initial playthrough? Or maybe both times. That first time and then the second time.
Yeah, I don't think I passed the hour mark either time.
But do you remember where you got
I tried it for a solid out, pretty much just out of the vault and to like the first area.
Megaton
and the bandits were shooting at me, and I was forced to use VATS, and I'm just like, I want to aim my gun and shoot it and hit something, but you can't.
How about you, Aaron? Right. How far did you get?
I got to Megaton City as well, the first area outside the vault.
I didn't even get to Megaton City. I'm talking like just outside.
Oh, just just outside the vault in that town right there.
Just that broken building.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got
you made it to the city.
Mhm,
So Aaron
mhm.
might have
Yeah.
had almost 3 hours initially. He probably could have done this without having to try it again.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I eventually. So it's funny. I told myself every time I stopped playing it, okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back, and well, I came back only
2 decades later.
15 years later. Yeah,
Yeah, 15
about there.
years. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, so when I first
After
played
that
it, when I
long.
borrowed it from Jared, I think I made it out of the vault, and then I was just like, and then I like say, because like it has a very similar thing to like Skyrim, even though I obviously I played this after Skyrim, but it has a very similar. You go through the shit, you come out of an area, and then you just sit there, and then like you hit save, and then you close it all
Yeah.
down, and it's like, okay, I got to go to bed or whatever. And I came out, I closed it all down. It's like, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever going back to that game.
I
Anyway,
gave it hope.
little did I know, years later I would. So, but yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I basically made it out of the vault, and then I just hit save, and then initially turned it all down way back when I borrowed it from Jared. And then I think I gave it back to Jared, and I think Jared just sold, like, because he was getting close to getting married, and he sold off a bunch of PS3 games and shit. So I think that was in that group.
It was, yeah. I sold a bunch of that stuff to afford the PS4 eventually.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
that was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess what I want to know is like Nick, I find that whole intro in the vault just so tedious, and it's like an hour, half an hour to 45 minutes. I don't know. It's like a thing that is just like
Yeah.
it's just like
A grueling tutorial.
but it's
It's
just
like,
like
why?
because like if you have played Skyrim's first 30 minutes are wild because it's like you have a little bit of that, but then it's a dragon attack and you're running and you're trying to survive. This is
Pretty
like
epic.
you're just like I was like
Teenage drama.
it's just like what?
Yeah, and then it takes some tests.
So
It's
what
like,
about
okay.
what about the game in that first 30 to 45 minutes to an hour? I don't know how long you spent in there. Like what was it about it that like you thought was like so cool and different?
Just because I hadn't ever gone through like a
Experienced that?
tutorial like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, a lot of this was just kind of new to me. I mean,
Yeah. I
I
can
know
see
you
that,
guys,
yeah.
it's old hat, but I mean, it just.
I mean, I think at that point it was still new
Not
hat. I don't
necessarily.
think it was old
Yeah.
hat. I
Well,
don't know.
know.
I mean,
It definitely hasn't aged well, but yeah, at the time. it was
yeah, I mean,
probably
like,
pretty new.
yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, I know because like I mean, another thing, it's like I would like going even back to the sports games and stuff, and just trying to think of other games where it's like you can customize stuff. I mean, I was always, kind of into like trying to customize a character that looks like me. So basically, I'm putting myself out into that world.
Through the character creator aspect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
can
mean
see
that kind of stuff
Customization.
would kind of appealed to me at the time. Now it's like I don't really care as much.
And it makes
about
more sense with the character customization because you can do the third party, so you can actually see your character as opposed
Right.
to
Yeah.
a lot of games where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a
I mean,
first-person game.
I didn't end up playing. I'd only end up in third person mode by accident because I hit the
Yeah,
wrong
same
button.
here.
But yeah, I mean, character customization at the time, that was kind of like a big deal for me then.
Yeah.
That
So-
makes sense.
So I only play in third person mode. I can't stand it in first person. So
Oh, I'm the opposite. I couldn't
Yeah.
stand it in
Then
third
you
person.
can't play in the buildings at third person because it
I
just
only
doesn't
play it the
feel
one
good.
oh, it
First-
works fine.
first
What?
person.
What?
Yeah,
I can't.
I didn't like
there's
it.
no
Maybe-
there's no actual aiming mechanics in first person.
No.
You have to use VATS. So like I'd rather
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
in third person.
So
Maybe we should take a step back. What did we all play it on this time round? Because that could be some of it.
P60.
And
PC.
yeah,
maybe
because
add
I want
mods.
to,
Yeah.
because I would like to say that.
Well, before we even get to that, Dave, but that's a good point. We can't do that, Dave. I want to say that for the year it was released, this game had stellar scores. Metacritic on PC
Yeah.
91, PS3
Yep.
90, Xbox 360 93. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it an A, B+, and A+. Eurogamer a 10 out of 10. Game Informer 99.5 out of 10.
I remember that.
GameSpot 9 out of 10.
So-
GameSpy 5.
so how
I mean,
about-
this is a huge. This is
how
a game of the
about-
year game.
Yeah, this is.
It
How about
was
I list some of the
100.
games I was playing that came out that year?
Okay.
What a year! This is
Actually,
like end of the year
2008
kind of a
was-
thing. Another game I didn't really like: Grand Theft Auto 4, Fable
Okay.
2,
Oh,
Burnout
yeah.
Paradise, Mario Kart Wii, Star Wars Force Unleashed, Metal Gear Solid 4, Gears of War 2, Smash
Mass
Brothers
Effect.
Brawl.
Brave.
There's a lot of other games: Dead Space 1, Fallout
Oh.
3, of course, Little Big Planet,
Yep.
Left 4 Dead. And so there's all these like crazy games. I was like,
That was a
jamming on.
mega year. Yeah, I remember that. All
And,
those-
like some of the biggest ones, like Grand Theft Auto 4 and Fallout 3. I'm just like, no, not for me. So it's wild.
All right. So, like what Dave was asking, Jared, what did you play it on this time?
This time I played it on PC through Good Old Games.
So a little bit updated version than the PS3
Any mods?
version.
Yeah, I modded it a lot to make it look a little more decent. And
Did you add the run mod?
I tried, and it was obnoxious even with the run mod because you have to. There's some weird steps you had to go through to be able to run. Even
All right. Dave, what did you play it on?
Game of the Year edition, Xbox 360.
Nick, when was the last time you played it?
Probably a few months ago, I started another playthrough.
And what are you playing it on?
Right now, I'm playing it on PS3.
All right.
Oh,
And
cool.
Or
Aaron,
if I go back and play, I'll play it on PS3.
Aaron, what did you playing it on?
the Xbox as well.
Oh yeah, because you. Oh,
yeah, you borrowed
'cause
Dave's copy. Yeah.
And I'm playing it on PC, and then with mods.
Mhm.
So, I went through the whole tutorial, the first part of the tutorial, and I'm playing through it, and it's like okay. When I got out of instead of like stopping and like saving and never going back to it, this time because I have such a huge mod culture in me now. Once I got out of the vault,
Yeah.
it was save, close, and then find all the mods.
Sexy mods. Were it? Any sexy mods?
Sexy mods,
Yeah, of course.
overpowered weapon mods, all kinds of shit. Just better looking, just all kinds of shit. I just added whatever some of the best stuff was. So like I did run a modded version. So people may question my run in this episode about like, oh, did you actually complete it? Well, I did, but it was modded. So whatever.
Heavily modded.
Heavily modded.
Yeah. I think I only have like 7 or 8 mods on mine right now. You
Oh.
probably had 40, 50
I
plus.
had a lot.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So
I don't know if I had 40 or 50. I probably had around 25, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't go super crazy, but I mean, my Skyrim, for you guys know, I maxed out the mod
yeah.
count, which is like 250, I think. So,
Oh man.
So if you're playing on PC also, and I made this discovery when I did a second playthrough kind of shortly before New Vegas came out, there's also a list of console commands that you can
oh, sure. Yeah.
use to just kind of enhance your
I was doing console commands
playthrough
as well, and tandem with
For-
mods.
I mean,
I
I wasn't doing mods at the time because I wasn't sure if I was aware of them yet or not. But
Yeah.
I mean, the console commands were enough to just kind of let me kind of tool around and do a like second playthrough. And by the way, for all of you who were relying on, I mean, I guess you probably don't have a choice if you're playing it on a console, but I found that when I was playing on a PC versus when I was playing on PS3, I didn't need to use VATS as much, if at all.
Oh, I didn't.
Huh.
I don't like VATS, so I never use it. But in any on console or PC, I don't.
I
like
have-
it.
I
had
felt
to
forced to use it.
Yeah,
I had to.
I didn't discover that until about until I got down to DC,
Oh wow!
Really?
Really?
Oh.
Dang.
And so it was
Dang.
a rough 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I feel like those early
Yeah, I
weapons,
bet.
you couldn't
This
hit
is
the
the
broadside of a barn, even if it was right in
Well,
front of you.
I'm like,
Mhm.
It
this is
doesn't
the
necessarily
shit.
have to. I mean,
I had these
granted, some of the
bats
weapons are
early
weak,
on.
but it really has more to do with skill points and where you're putting your points
Yeah.
every time you level up into
Yeah,
what
it
skills.
just sucked. It was.
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
not.
don't give your opinion yet. We're
No. This is my initial opinion.
okay.
There's
This is my
another
final opinion.
There's another thing I wanted to kind of talk about. I mean, I'm trying to tease it out, but not tease it out. But like, I think something I wanted to kind of talk about, like I guess with just Aaron and Jared, since Dave didn't play it in the first time in the 2008s, 2009s. Like, when I first played that game initially, I was surprised by it being like, oh, this is a game. Like I was surprised by how kind of ramshackly it was. And yet at that point at the point I had played it, it was already the Game of the Year edition. And I was just like, okay, that's interesting. What I really didn't understand all the hubbub. Like I was just like, wow, this definitely looks of a thing. And I don't know if I support these numbers, like 10 10s and like 9 10s. It's like, I don't know if and that's just back then during the game, you know, when it's at its peak. Like that game was everywhere.
Yep.
Best Buy,
I should have gone back and
lunchboxes,
read some of those
Oh,
old
yeah.
reviews
All
just
this-
to see what
like the
what they
game was
were
ever present. That game was
championing.
everywhere. It was huge. It was a juggernaut. And I'm like,
Yep.
I'm playing it, and it's just like, I don't get this. And like, maybe I'm just dumb. Ian,
The
this
initial
is-
trailer was great.
Well-
You know, it's like the beginning of the game pretty much.
But
Yeah,
that's the
I-
thing, though. They make the trailer act. The thing with trailers is they make them look these fantastic things, but then you get into it yourself, you're just like, either "Oh my god, that's amazing," or "Huh, what?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I-
sure if I gave it more of a chance, like doing a lot of the side quests, there's probably a lot of story content and characters that you grow to like and things like that.
Yeah, but
Like,
what did you
giving it
think
more of a
back
chance,
then,
but-
Jared? Like back then, initially, like when you're looking at it, did you just feel like you were just in the minority? Like everyone thought this game was awesome, and you're like, huh?
So
Yeah, I
Zoolander
definitely
quote,
bought
"I
into
was
the
on taking
hype.
crazy
Alone.
pills."
I did. I bought
Not
into the
alone.
hype and
But we're
I
Well, you bought
just
it twice,
didn't
so
didn't understand. I wasn't on the same wavelength for that type, I guess. I mean, I'd played lots of like serious role-playing games with character customization and skill point allotment kind of stuff, like all over the place. You know, that was big in PC stuff.
I get that it
and
was an
some-
open
some
world.
console
I get that there
things.
was the dialogue stuff, but it's still. I mean, I guess we can't help but move into the thing. Like moving into this playthrough, I just felt like, wow, the game design is so like, who did this?
Scattershot, I think, is a good word for it.
well. So it's funny you mentioned the graphics and stuff like that. It doesn't hold up well, but I mean, people like. I found PS2 games that had better graphics than this game.
It's the wall of brown when you
Yeah,
first,
they got really good at making brown colors.
when you first come out, and the
And
sad,
green.
the sad thing is when you
And
get a
green.
little
Basically,
like,
the color of Aaron's can.
it
Yeah.
does open
Yeah,
up
pretty much,
later,
pretty much.
later on though. It's like the graphics do like
Yeah,
they're a
no,
little
I
more
think the
interesting.
game as a
It's
whole
like-
gets a little bit better, but like the fact that Megaton City is your first city, and you're looking at that thing and you're like, who designed this? Like,
Yeah.
who thought that this was a good idea? And then you go into it and you're like, it's even worse
Where
than
am
the
I?
outside.
yeah, you
Well,
get to
massive-
Megaton City and you're just like, oh fuck.
Like I really
Well,
wanted
that's-
I really wanted to blow it up, except
I know I tried to do the bomb.
except I'm not that kind of player, so I can't make myself. But like, it's like,
I didn't
man,
have the
this
skill
is
points, or else I'd have ended it right there.
it's just a
I've done it.
shithole. So Nick, I gotta ask you: have you done a playthrough where you blew it up?
Yes.
Yes. How? What happens?
You're sitting down at Tenpenny Tower and you watch it from a distance, and you get to see a mushroom cloud.
Oh, that's fun.
Nice.
Somehow Myra survives, but
Oh, really?
yeah, and she becomes a ghoul,
Oh,
Ah.
she didn't quite survive.
Okay.
right? But
Oh,
Interesting.
She'll live
But-
longer than
so
any of you.
instead of getting a house at Megaton, you get a house at Tenpenny Tower.
Oh, up in the.
Yeah.
Are those fuckers cannibals?
No, but that's funny you would mention cannibals. Actually, no, it doesn't relate to this game. It's New Vegas, but
Man, when I was
No,
in that
they're
fucking
not-
place,
no,
I
they're
just
just,
kept thinking like they're gonna be cannibals.
Mm.
They're gonna be and that never happens. But like I was just like, man, these people should be fucking cannibals.
oh no, wait. Actually, I take that back. There is a little cannibal town in Fallout 3.
Oh,
Oh,
I think I found that. It seemed really cool.
no.
I don't remember.
Get yourself some strange meat.
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
get that. I didn't get the strange meat. Where is that at?
If you got,
You have to
I don't
Google
remember
it.
where it was at, but yeah, I
yeah,
remember the strange meat kind of.
yeah.
I mean, there's the vampire guys in that quest.
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
kind of. I kind of thought it was maybe going. I thought maybe that quest
Mm.
was gonna go into that cannibal side, but it didn't.
Annandale.
Oh, Jared's
And
on.
Dale and the Metro. Oh,
The
wait. yeah.
Smith's house.
Oh my god! I found the whole Metro mapping
And the
all
Wilson's
that
house.
shit fucking obnoxious. Oh my god!
Oh,
The mapping
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah, the map was atrocious.
The map is
I-
fine, but like dealing with the Metro part of
No.
it, and then you go in there, and then it's like totally like that. Just
Yeah,
that
no,
shit
I-
drove me nuts. Like
I got tired of getting lost, like going inside of a building and getting completely lost because most of it looked the same.
well, that's kind of
Like I just want to leave. I just want out. I can't
Right.
get out. Help! Help!
Yeah, I was probably 2 hours into this game, and I was like, I remember looking over at my wife and just going like, I really don't want to play any more of this, but Ian said
Yeah.
I got to play 3 or 4
All right.
hours for the podcast.
Let's just dump on it, and then let's do the dumping,
Mm.
and then we'll do some positives. All right. So let's start with
Okay.
the dumping. Jared, go. What did you just? What was it that you just could not connect with?
Just how the game feels to play. I just didn't. I don't like aiming. VATS is the only way to play the game. I felt because it just didn't feel good to aim and shoot at something that's directly in your sights and you miss every time.
Yeah, it's half the screen. and
I
you
just
don't miss
hated
it.
that. Like you could just shoot anywhere and you might have the same chance of hitting whatever object you're wanting to shoot. And that was just frustrating, and I couldn't put up with that because just trying to kill the bandits without VATS in that first area is like pulling teeth. And I mean, at that point, I was playing it on normal. This time, I just put it on. I think I have a mod where I can't even take damage. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go through and try and survive this. And I don't know. I couldn't get past the controls in the game. That was the main thing holding me back. Even third person, like the camera sways around weird. Like most third person games do it in a slightly different
Yeah.
way. So I just had troubles tuning the camera to my liking. Even trying to just go in and really go nuts on it. I just couldn't get the right feeling for what I usually look for in a game. I mean, there's plenty of charm in the game, I'm sure. And I feel it's funny because every time I don't give the game a longer chance, I feel bad. Like I must be missing something. I even try, I don't skip dialogue. I'm talking to all the characters, getting all the story and stuff. And yeah, each of the characters does have story and things like that, but I don't know, most of them are just not, I don't know. There's something about this world where everybody just kind of sucks. And
Yeah.
like
I can
it's
see
not
that.
what I'm looking for in a game. Like everybody has their vile in some way, and I just can't connect with that.
Okay. All right, Dave. What you got? What's your negatives?
The opening tutorial, pulling teeth.
I've done that 4 or 5 times.
I'm sorry. The unremitting sea of brown when you first come out, and just like the feeling of the cheap enemies and the aiming system, if you're not using VATS, just really, really sucks. I mean, it felt like Resident Evil, but like how Resident Evil, you only ever have like 6 bullets in your gun.
Yeah,
but it
Yeah.
felt like 6 bullets where you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Like at least Resident Evil.
Well,
He had auto
You'll
aim.
have-
Resident
you'll
Evil.
have 300 ammo, but for the wrong gun.
That
Yeah.
was the bit that frustrated me a lot. Was like Resident Evil. It's like, okay, if I have 6 bullets for my gun, most of the time, as long as I'm generally pointing in the right direction, I could hit the zombie. And
Well,
this,
it
it's
had
like,
auto aim, if I remember right, so that was nice. In
So-
Resident Evil.
this game, like, it just doesn't present itself very well in the first 3 to 4 hours. That's my biggest problem with this game. So that you can probably see where I'm going with this, but yeah, those first couple of hours are super rough. There's some dated stuff in there, and to be quite honest, some of it hasn't aged that great, but that's just because people are coming up with better ways to do the same thing.
Mhm.
So it does. It's yeah.
It makes
The-
me want to
the-
try Fallout 4 and see
Oh,
if it got better.
and the lack of a run button.
yeah,
it's like
the
that.
worst.
Yeah,
I don't
that-
get the run thing. I didn't really care about that. Like that doesn't bother me. It's funny that that's
Well,
something that bothered you guys so much. It didn't really
It bothered
bother
me because I've got miles to go through a sea of brown, and I've got limited bullets, and I just want to run away from the bad guys because I just
Mhm.
need to get to the
Yeah,
place
no,
I'm
I
going.
get that.
Well, like running and like, oh, I'm gonna go this way. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go over this bridge. Oh shit, the bridge ends. Gotta run all the way back,
Yes, I'm exploring the map, and I go to.
and it
that
takes
end.
forever to get back to the
You
end
gotta
of the
make sure
bridge
you
to
unlock
go
stuff
down
so you
on the
can
ground,
fast travel stuff.
and then slowly run and see where you can cross at the water if
You gotta
there is
become
water
You
there.
got to become a fast travel expert.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you got to get there before you can.
you
open
gotta
it.
Exactly.
have fast travel points.
Mhm.
Aaron, how about you?
Well,
What do you,
Okay,
what do you
so-
not like about the game?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of what Dave was saying about the Sea of Brown. My biggest grievance is we had games that have a master class before Fallout 3 even came out, like Final Fantasy X. Even Dead Space, the original one, had much better fucking color schemes than that game
It
did.
is a post-apocalyptic game. I mean, it's not supposed to be colorful. I mean,
Well, no, but they could have at least made it a little more detailed. It literally, like, okay.
It looks like they wiped their arse with the graphics and then put
Yes.
it on screen.
Yes.
I hope
and,
you
like,
have a
they
thick
could-
skin, Nick.
They could have had a little more
This isn't
detail in the
personal,
colors. Like a little more detail in Megaton City. Yeah, it's a gray drab town that got fucking wiped out the map by a fucking atomic bomb. But it's like you could have put a little more detail into like the exploded areas and all that stuff. But that's not my main grievance. My main grievance really is just the inventory screen and trying to get what weapon you want.
Classic.
Oh my-
Bethesda.
Oh my fucking god! I want to go to that developer and just slap them. Just make it easier to put a fucking weapon to what you want. Like if you want to load up the
You just hit favorite, and then you double tap to your thing on the crossbar, and it's easy.
and then you have it just.
But
it
then
didn't
you're out
seem
of
that
ammo,
easy.
except
It's-
for the other 90 weapons that are like 90 different
Yeah.
ammo types that are in it. You know, it's
I-
like, oh,
I had
great.
pistols. I had pistols, but shotgun fucking ammo. I'm like, I don't have a shotgun yet. Where the fuck's a shotgun? Or I had a club when I wanted a knife or whatever. But that's a big deal. It's just like how I don't know. I just got annoyed with how you loaded your weapons and stuff like not loaded up, but like queued up your weapons. Like trying to find my pistol when I want my pistol, but I'm using a knife or a fist.
just-
Like
Anyway, you just favorite it. and
Get
you
good.
hit arrow over, and you just have it, and then you switch over to your melee. It's Aaron. You're not doing the quick select. That's what's happening here.
I know I just gotta get good. I know.
that
good.
reminds me of trying to play this game on the Epic storefront. For some reason, like all the buttons were double or triple tapping, or they were assigned to the wrong buttons. So I had to use GOG for some reason, and my controller worked fine.
So I couldn't use GOG for some reason. It wouldn't run on
Yeah.
my computer, but Epic it ran fine.
yeah, so it's
like,
funny. I think it's
what?
Weird.
something because Epic runs through Steam, so I could use the old Stadia controller. So I must
Yeah.
have messed some settings up or
Yeah, for a
whatever just to get that to
17-year-old
work.
game, you think and especially a game that's as revered as Fallout 3.
Yeah.
You think it would just work at this point.
So ultimately the biggest problem with this game is that I played Skyrim first. That's ultimately I think what the biggest problem is. I had played Skyrim, then I had borrowed it from Jared, played it, and then I was like, oh, this is lesser than Skyrim. I don't want to play it. Because I had seen Skyrim at that point, and visually. So then years later.
Which came out 3 years later.
Yeah. So anyway, years later, Nick is talking about Fallout. It's like, okay, I'll give it. And then I had played Fallout 3 or 4. You know, we don't need to talk about that, but I have played that, and I enjoyed that experience. So then Nick brought this to the table. I made it a show out of it, forced all you guys to play it. And
I think I have 2 copies of Fallout 4.
So anyway, playing Fallout 3, yeah, the intro territorial is rough. I don't know. I think they're trying to be really immersive and tell a story there, and that's cool, but it's like it's just so slow and you just want to get to it. So I do agree with Dave that that's just kind of a difficult thing. And then my secondary problem with the game, and it's just visually, it's just rough. It just doesn't. I thought it was rough then. I still think it's rough now. But, you know, as we transition into the good things, having mods, and because that's how I play
essential.
That's how I play, but that's how I play Bethesda games. Right? I was like, I'm not playing a clean run of Starfield right now. Starfield is a fine game, but like, I'd rather play it with all these mods. I'd rather play Skyrim with all the mods. Skyrim was fun without the mods initially when I was playing it, because it's like, oh, I never played this, but like playing it again with the mods was more fun. And so now having played Fallout 4 with mods, and then now Fallout 3 with mods, I had a great time with this game actually. But it is visually where it is for me the weakest thing. So that is my biggest problem with the game. It just doesn't look that great. And that is of the time, but when you look at certain games of the period, like you look at Grand Theft Auto 4 or whatever, like there is.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be a good
You look at
comparison.
Saboteur or whatever, like it is kind of wild that this game is so rough.
Yeah, actually, having played Saboteur, which came out I think the same year or a year or two, one way or the other, it is night and day in the graphic realm.
But
that's my
I
thing.
like the characters. There's some great characters. There's some great storylines. There's some great stuff that goes on here. You're right. Like, you guys are... See, I don't even... When it gets into mechanics, it becomes a very gray area because, like, yes, the original mechanics of the game are kind of bleh, but, like, I just go mod. I find a badass weapon. Bring it into my thing, and then I hit console command, and I go 1,000,000 ammo. And then it's like, I'm just like... I'm just pay or spraying, bro. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Like, you guys, yes, that's cool. I feel bad for Dave and Aaron who had to play it on 360. You can't do that. But, like, Jared and I could. We can just fucking ammo up and just not give
Make
a
it
shit.
fun.
And this is like, so I just, like, I got my sexy little, like, my model of my character is high-res polygon counts. So, like, she's, like, HD in this, like, very, like, 720p world.
Yeah, it looks weird.
It's like she's like hot and everything. And I'm just running around paying, spraying, just like fuck you, like suck a dick, you know. And it's just like it's a lot of fun. I enjoy that. And then I get to experience the quests, like the like the vampire quest or the quest where the kid where gets attacked by the moles and he's like hiding out. Is it moles or no sea creatures? Like sea creatures or something. And he's like hiding out in the. Are they moles? Are they the sea creatures?
No, they're fire-breathing ants.
Yes, that's what it is. Fire-breathing ants. Thank you, Nick. And he's like, he's just hiding in the telephone booth thing, protector thing. It's just like, what a funny... And then you have to go fight the controller of the ants or the... What's the other side? The two superheroes, ants or the Robotron guy?
The
yeah.
Mechanist.
Yeah, so I loved all that shit. I actually really started to
Seems like it has tons of good content.
There's a lot of fun kind of silly. I think if I had never played Skyrim and I had played this at launch and that game, I think my opinion of this game would be way different. But even now, playing it with like fixed and kind of glazed over controls and fixing stuff, I still found it pretty charming. And then, I had a lot of I have some, I had like a Type 3 F body replacer, demonized Type 3 female body replacer, character overhaul.
So I did some of that, but like their body would be one color and their head would be a different color.
Yeah, you got to be careful for that. You got to make sure you pick the right.
And it was really awkward and
Jared's
weird.
not reading.
Oh,
Jared's
God.
not reading the requirements.
Apparently not.
There's impact, which changes like the impact. So like when weapon impacts, it would explode their bodies instead of. I had companions. I had. Lip gloss, high heels, bigger boobs, oily skin.
Of course you did.
Of course, yeah. You got to be shiny.
Bunch of new girl posters everywhere, so like it replaces all the kind of ads with new girl posters. Hey, come on, you got to do like a bunch of fun stuff. I mean, yeah.
I just turned on
get
like the lights actually worked and the neon signs actually had a glow to them, and
All I'm saying is
adding like environmental sounds. And
all the stuff I
things
added
like that.
was stuff that how the apocalypse would really be. It'd be very, awful and
Strip club.
sex-filled
And sexy,
evil.
just all sexy.
I had
Everybody's naked
All sexy all the time.
so I
because
had
clothes don't exist.
I downloaded
people
I
fucking-
downloaded this one mod where
Well, you do know that nukes make the clothes disappear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
I've
the
heard
nukes
this.
burn the
I
clothes.
downloaded this
every-
one
every
mod
sexy
where
wardrobe.
you create your own company, and like you have a magazine that you send out to the land, and so you have to hire girls to pose, and then you bring them in, and then the guy takes photos of them. It's great.
Okay, so we were all playing a different
We're
game.
playing a different game.
I was playing.
Yes, we
I was
are.
playing a great game. What I'm saying is I get the 10-10 is what I'm saying. Like all
Side
this
job
stuff,
questing.
all this stuff I added. Anyway, no. So I had fun with it as it is, not as it is.
I was like, what?
It just, yeah. I don't know. It needed some help. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if. I don't think this. Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know. I'm trying to be on your side, Nick. I'm trying to protect your game, but it needed a lot of work at this point. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So what else, Jared? What are some things, Jared, that you actually liked about the game?
Dig deep.
Good.
Dig
Okay.
deep.
Cool.
You like that he could turn it off.
Yeah, it was easy to exit the game.
goodness.
No, I don't know. I liked certain aspects, like the robot that flies through and just playing like old time music and stuff like that. The atmosphere of the game is really cool when you're just like looking around, and it kind of tells its own little story in some of these dark.
This is why Fallout
caverns and
4 is
junk that you're
actually
going around in.
a really good game because graphically it's
environmental
way,
storytelling.
it's way better. And then yes, all of that environmental storytelling, like the robots and playing the music
Yeah.
and talking and the old timiness, it all kind of it fits.
Yeah, you
it-
can
you s-
tell they
yeah.
wanted that to be portrayed in Fallout 3. It isn't really there, but it's getting there. You can tell that they knew what they were doing. It was just really hard fucking work. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely in the minority of people that don't like the game because a lot more people like the game than
Right.
not. So I'm in the very minority of that whole thought process. Maybe not in this group, but I mean, a lot of people found the love in this game, and me, I don't know. I like the Pip Boy. The whole
yeah.
concept is really cool. All your menus are on that. That's super rad. I love that.
I make sure I have a porno image. I mod a little porno image behind it, so it's like a background, something naughty.
Of course you did.
Anyway,
yeah, but
It gives you a bit of pip,
Color me
doesn't it?
shocked.
Surprise, surprise.
The handful of characters I encountered, they have their own personalities and stories and stuff like that. So I mean, they did a lot of work on the writing and stuff like that. So like I can't down that as a bad aspect of it. Like I listened to the stories. I wasn't skipping over all that stuff. I wanted to know more about these characters, and I appreciated that. The voice acting was there. It wasn't horrible or anything like that. It sounded fine. The sound effects in the game are pretty decent overall. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, and who knows? Maybe I'll find the right mod that will get me through the game. I still have it installed, so I'm not like giving completely up on it. I didn't finish or finish the game or anything, but I would like to to get it off my plate. I think
just the amount of work went into it and like how much it informs Skyrim is ridiculous to me. Like they basically start the same way. They start in that same kind of town. They have it is really Skyrim really is like Fallout 3 is the prototype for what Skyrim the Beast game. Like Skyrim was huge. Like it's a juggernaut of a video game. Like it still is a juggernaut of a video game. Like Fallout 3 doesn't have a remaster, a VR version, or a Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Like
right.
Like Fallout 3 crawled so Skyrim could teleport wherever it fuck it wants. It's like
and we're never getting the next Elder Scrolls game.
Well, yeah, who knows? But anyway, I kind of appreciate. I see all of that work in it. Like I see, like, oh yeah, okay, this is what they were doing here, and then ultimately Skyrim is that. But Dave, what did you ultimately? Did you find any enjoyment ultimately?
Well, let me say. So after the sea of unremitting shite that was the first 2 hours. When I first came upon Washington, D.C., I was like, this is okay, that's pretty cool. And then it made me go underground again, and I didn't like that. But once I kind of got into it, and I got the flow and the VAT system, it kind of opened up, and I actually really appreciated like all the dialogue and all the options in there. And it's kind of like watching 60s cinema sometimes. You have to get into that flow, like Solaris. I don't know if you've ever watched that movie, but it's like it takes the first half hour to get into the flow of the movie, and then you actually really begin to enjoy the pacing and the game itself. So actually, like, yeah, I mean, 3 hours in, I was like, oh gosh, I've got another hour. But it kind of slowly opened up, and I was like, I'm actually beginning to enjoy this.
Did you actually beat it?
Yeah, I figured out the VAT system. And then once I figured out the VAT system and I started wandering around, and then like just the amount of world building that's in there is like, I really appreciate it. And it's obviously, I'm kind of more of a straight line shooter when it comes to these games. I get to the end, tell the main story. I'm not as interested, but I don't usually go for all the side quests and things, but I can see, I saw enough to know that there's a lot more in that game. And I really kind of see why Nick loves this game. It's like, there's so much there, and it's so well done and so well written. It's just so badly presented in the first hour, like the tutorial level. And
I need to get through it.
You go to the town with the bomb in it, and it's just not very... It's not very exciting, or it doesn't really it doesn't have a very good setup, which is a shame because it really lets the game down, because there's so much more going on there. There's like a whole world with its own mythology and like characters and like classes and things. But at the start, it just seems kind of like a cheap, not cheap, but it's like you see the same kind of very nondescript enemies that just come up again.
It's funny that they're not putting their best foot forward in that intro. Like
yes.
they have so much better game later on. Like I remember coming to these guys have, but like Dave, I don't know, you probably made it there, Dave, but like the base where it's on the boat and the bridge.
Yeah, the aircraft.
This is cool. Like why isn't this like? There's some cool ideas here where you have to like like I was
really
just like,
wish they'd flipped some of the storytelling from being linear to like non-linear, because I think like that scene in the vault with your dad would have made much more sense if you'd had like some kind of something before that.
like
to
you went
kind of-
back to it.
Yeah,
Or
this
do a
is a
Yeah,
great.
flashback
like
kind
of
maybe
stuff.
you were stuck out. You like you were found awake in the wasteland, and then you would just have these moments where you would flash back to the vault every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
So if anything, like I really actually quite enjoyed the game by the end of it, and I really liked it. It was just really difficult to get into, and I think it's the same problem I had with Fallout 4. I mean, I tried Fallout 4, I put 10 hours into that, and
I remember playing a little bit of that at your house and being like, "Oh, I should play this. This is kind of cool."
yeah, and I mean,
I think
and
it's a pretty good game. It's better than 3, I think. But
it ticks my boxes. I like the post-apocalyptic, kind of stuff,
Right.
and the zombies, and I'm not averse to some zombies in the game or whatever. But for some reason, that first scene in the vault, I get where they're going with it because it's building up your dad.
Right.
And they're trying to give you some. It's just very ham-fisted, and then
it's so
when you
slow.
first- and then you come up to Nuketown, and you're just like, it's not a very exciting place to be. There's nothing
Very
going on.
disorganized, hard to get around.
And
Yeah.
I get what they're going for because it's a survival kind of horror
Yeah.
type
Just kind of
narrative.
mishmashed together.
It's very rough, like to begin with. I think that was my main criticism. Like my main criticism of the game is, the enemies can be a bit similar as well at the start, and it just feels like it's just throwing cheap.
And there's so many
ideas at you to
villains
keep you.
in the game, really, that you just don't ever get to see unless you progress to
Yep.
areas. Which is
But then,
kinda-
like once you get to the kids area later on, and there's all sorts of stuff that happens later on, and it's like it's really interesting. It's really well done, and you've got choices. Like you can either kill everyone and let them go, or you can kind of sneak them out the back way. Or there's lots of lots of ways of achieving the same goal, and you can see how it doesn't put you into a particular stream. It lets you kind of decide as to what you want to do, and so especially for a 2008 game, that's it's quite
Pretty big, yeah.
yeah, how many endings does it have? It has like a
yeah.
yeah. It has like it's like
I did at least 2 or 3 because I saved it just before the ending, and then I ran through like
Nice.
a couple of them. And to be quite honest, that the ending might be one of my issues with it, but maybe we'll come back to that because
Yeah, we can get back to that in a second. I want to
Yep.
get to Aaron. Aaron, I know you only played it about the same amount as Jared. What are some of the things positive takeaways on the game?
I liked its ability to let you choose where you go in the game. Like, I didn't feel like even though I played a few hours of it, didn't get too far as like you or Dave or obviously Nick. I liked the fact that you can kind of go wherever you want. It didn't force you to do missions. Like most games, obviously, it's not. Like you felt like you were forced to do most missions, most things. Like no way around it. But in
I guess
Fallout 3,
technically you could just bail on Nuketown or whatever it's called. You could just never
Take your
go
time.
there. Yeah,
True.
you could
Yeah.
just never go there. I guess if you wanted to, you could just go deal other shit.
and that's
mean,
the best. That's a
so-
great thing. It's more realistic. I feel like in that way because not everyone wants to go follow the main path in a game. It's like this is so stupid. Why should I go do this? You don't have to do that in this game. That feels nice because I didn't feel even though it's obviously outside the vault, you had to get out of the vault, blah blah blah. But once you got out, you're like, oh, I can do what the fuck I want now. This feels nice.
Yeah.
But
I almost
dude,
feel they don't want you to go to Nuketown first because of how the quest progresses.
mhm.
Megaton City. I keep saying Nuketown, but it's
Yeah,
Megaton City.
Yeah, Mega.
It's actually
Yeah,
just called Megaton.
Megaton.
It's not even not.
Oh,
called
Megaton.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
couldn't afford city.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
of
you
you
go
are
there.
wrong.
You ask for information about your dad. Oh, it's gonna cost you 100. Okay, I'll go
So,
get 100. I can't
Actually,
afford it
to
now.
Aaron's
Oh,
point,
now it's gonna cost 300. Oh,
to
you
Aaron's
don't want me
point
here anyways.
about
Got it.
you can just kind of do whatever you want. You could actually bypass a whole bunch of the beginning parts of the story if you just have. I mean, if you go back and play, you already know where to go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But if you're like a first time and you just decide to bypass all that stuff, there is a chance you could actually just, go to where your dad is and find him there. And then you just pick up the story from that point.
It's wild. I mean, that's cool. That's what's
It's
cool
cool.
about that kind of shit, They,
Yeah.
they don't make you, they don't like gate that, that you can, oh, okay, you're here. Let's do it.
He's just there.
Yeah.
That was nice. I did feel good whenever I was like, I don't have to do this? What? No, that doesn't seem right.
If only they'd done that for the opening.
Right.
I'm with Dave.
I
I,
don't know.
think they should have like done like a flashback thing to that because I just. But whatever, that is their choice.
Yeah.
Their first time, they're trying to make it immersive for us back in 2008.
Yeah, it was their first
Right.
attempt at the IP after they got it from Interplay. Because there was a Fallout 3 that was, I think, 95% done. And
Well, yeah, here, let me talk
That's
about this.
crap.
The origins of Fallout 3 date back to the cancellation of Van Buren, which was intended to be the third game in the mainline Fallout series under the development of Black Isle Studios. Van Buren was to be set in Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, and Utah, and would have included a
Sounds-
mixture of real-time and turn-based combat. Black Isle Studios publisher Interplay Entertainment was struggling financially, and in December 2003, Van Buren was canceled. In 2004, Bethesda Softworks purchased the rights to develop their own rendition of Fallout 3 from Interplay for
Interesting.
$1,175,000.
That's cheap.
Has anybody in this group played Fallout 1 or 2?
I played.
I didn't even know.
I played
I've
one a
attempted.
little bit, but it's not. It's like
I have
it's
not.
like Baldur's
it's,
Gate.
It's isometric, isn't
It's-
it?
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
Baldur's Gate.
it's so.
Huh.
I mean, maybe Dave might like it because you always like. Didn't you like the?
He likes XCOM.
God.
That's different.
Yes,
It's
XCOM.
Similar,
No,
similar
but
to
it's-
XCOM.
but,
in
I
some
mean,
that's-
It's
aspects.
like
more
the first
Baldur's. It's
turn-based
more
and
Baldur's
all that.
Gate.
I never
Oh,
played
okay.
Baldur's
I
Gate.
liked Baldur's
but I just
Gate. I never
remember,
finished Baldur's Gate.
Oh.
So just to go back in time for me, I wound up with an XCOM demo and played
Oh.
that, and it was isometric. And,
XCOM segment. Let's go, Dave. Excited.
right, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but like years later, I ended up playing like Fallout 1. I'm like, oh shit, this kind of reminds me of XCOM. So I mean,
I think
in
I
a
got Fallout 1 and
sense,
2 for
it's-
free once
But,
upon a time.
Yes,
I
we
mean-
have them for free on GOG or Epic. Yes.
Yeah, I should.
I mean, I
try
got them on
someday.
Steam years ago.
But I do have an
yeah.
original Fallout disc PC,
Nice.
so I played it.
Okay.
So I do have it hanging out somewhere down here.
Nice. So I've a problem I have with a lot of games like this are like you walk
Oh,
through.
Jared's still mad at the game. Okay.
No, I mean we just kind of fine.
Jared,
fine.
you need to play
How
more than
about
3
Nick?
hours
You finished your first beer and you're on your second. How is that
Oh, I
going?
finished the second one. Oh, so
Oh, we're
Jared
gonna take a little break
deflecting.
here. Oh, we're gonna oh, Jared's trying to save himself. All right,
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Beerstro, tell us about the
trying to think-
beers.
something nice to say.
Pink
they're both
versus
wonderful.
black.
I don't-
Blackpink is the
and-
name of a band.
And I don't even think I even got to describe the second beer.
I like black and pink.
Hmm.
I don't want to even go.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
All right,
Ian with
what,
his
Nick?
porn preferences. So anyway, the second beer was from Grains of Wrath. It was also a hazy, but it
Ooh,
was
from Camus.
yeah, it was a triple hazy, or triple. Anyway, it was 10.3%.
10.3.
Whew!
Dang.
I've always wanted to
Rough.
try Grains of Wrath beers. I haven't been in a
Yeah.
brewery yet.
Happy,
Yeah.
happy, joy, joy
I mean-
feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, they're both wonderful beers. Who keeps doing that?
yeah, Ian, are you playing with a piano or
It's Ian.
something? Like,
I think it's Ian because he happened
It
earlier.
is.
Just like random notes.
Random
Okay.
notes. Just random notes.
oh, that's the toy Dave bought him.
Oh,
No, it's not.
in any event, both wonderful beers, but I think Matchless the Super Fluff was actually, it was really good, really smooth. Really, both beers were actually really well balanced in the fact that like there was just nothing that was like overpowering except for maybe the alcohol, but yeah, I'm not really a big fan of hazy IPAs to begin with, but both of those were just kind of top notch, and that might actually make me convert to actually drink hazy of some kind, as long as there's enough
where's
alcohol
Matchless
in it.
from?
Matchless is, I think they're also
I think it's
Washington
Olympia,
brewery.
wasn't it? I think it's Olympia.
Well, if I could read the stupid can.
Someone could
If it went
Google it.
white,
Someone
but-
could Google it.
yeah,
But it does have
I'll
the
look it up.
Washington state symbol, right? Or the
Well, I remember going up to Seattle, and I remember seeing
Tumwater.
signs. Tumwater, okay.
I don't
makes
know,
sense.
the old.
No
Yeah,
one goes.
yeah,
no one goes
where-
to Tumwater.
There used to be a whole big brewery there that shut down back in
Yeah.
the day.
Well,
Yeah,
apparently
so
we
go-
need to go to Tumwater.
Well, I remember going up to Seattle,
Okay,
and I
to get
saw the sign up
ham-fisted.
towards it, so.
Yep.
Yeah, hams.
All right, Jared. Did you come up with
Nice
your
house.
reasons? Whatever the reason was, that you were gonna like shit on it.
No, I was gonna bring up the genre of game like Fallout, where a lot of it is side quests, which sometimes can be overwhelming. And my recent experience with the genre was the Outer Worlds, walking through like the main city, and before you even like get a direction, you already have like 7 side quests. You're just like so overwhelmed with side content that you forget where the main storyline goes. You just get lost in everything else that's not connected to the main storyline by any means. And that kind of frustrates me. I like when side content has some like content that directively is interacting with the main storyline,
Tells you a bit
but
more
everything's
about the main
completely
characters,
pulled
yeah.
apart and separated. And
I think I've seen memes on this, by the way, where it's you're sent on a fetch quest.
yeah,
Rome is burning, but you need to go.
Yeah.
You're sent on a fetch quest to go find like some sticks or something.
yeah.
to-
So that whole concept of side quest that
That
is
annoys
just
me.
like just to fill time, fill space,
and you know how
whatever,
bad it is.
is kind
Dave
of
was falling
obnoxious.
asleep during it.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Some
but
critics
that's just the genre that I wanted to make a complaint about. Side
Some
quests can get
critics
obnoxious.
have referred to Fallout 3 as one of the best games in the Fallout series, and as one of the
Oof.
greatest games of all time. It also
Hmm.
considered one of the defining games of the 7th generation of video game consoles, which generally encompasses the years 2005 to 2013. Fallout 3
Oh,
is included in the Art of
Ooh.
Video Games exhibit in the Smithsonian American Art Museum, where it was described as the defining adventure game for current computers.
Well, maybe
My
because they
brain's
actually have the
broken.
Smithsonian in the game,
Yeah,
or a
true.
form.
Uh,
Although
I want to ask Nick, what do you think of our thoughts
Yeah.
of our disjointed
Man,
hatred, loving?
I love that so many people loved it.
What do you think of our opinions
So-
of the game?
Fine. There.
Or do you want to ask any of the specific questions about our distaste?
Actually, I want your internet to get better first.
yeah,
of all.
yeah. I mean, not come. You don't have
Jared's
to come
internet's
down
never gonna
for
get
it.
better.
Yeah.
He lives.
Yeah.
He lives in
Okay.
East Vancouver.
Mine.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
yeah. He
Look
I
At
don't know
him,
if I don't.
he's
he's-
frozen with
I think
internet
his
fear.
I think his modem's
I
in the
think
toilet.
my
It's
router's-
generated by a hamster. He's not going to get better. It's East Vancouver.
He needs a 100
I've
foot
been
extension.
having troubles
cord.
this.
He'll be fine.
If he ever, yeah. I mean, Dave, he's not going to ever do that.
No,
Yeah.
and we've lost him. Anyway,
Oh, I don't even have an extension cord.
He doesn't even have a house.
maybe I'll just fill in for him.
I mean, I'm not
I
gonna-
thought it's funny because I can hear all of you guys just fine.
All right, before we delve in, let's let Nick talk about our thoughts while Jared figures
So-
out his shit.
So the only thing, I mean, I don't really take issue with anybody's opinion just because you're all entitled to it, and it's like what works for you
We're all
may
awesome.
not work for me.
Even though
Yeah,
we're
whatever.
wrong, apparently.
Whatever.
But go on.
Big deal. I mean,
Big deal that you're
Like I-
wrong.
no, opinions aren't wrong. Whatever. Just it
Just facts.
doesn't jive.
Oh, boy.
But the only thing I'm kind of stuck on is the whole VATS and the shooting thing that you guys were kind of struggling with.
Kind of.
kind of struggling.
But
Look at Jared.
And-
He's still struggling with it.
I know he's just
He's frozen in fear because you mentioned it.
it's a massive shift right there.
Oh, he's constipated now.
So it's understandable, and I get the frustration behind it. But it's really just I think it's just the basic idea of like you've never really held a gun before or fired one, and so the idea that you're kind of new to shooting.
Are you trying to
It's-
equate Fallout 3 to realistic gun shooting?
I guess a little bit, but also at the same point, it's it also has to do with
I have.
putting like I mentioned it earlier, but it's also involves like putting points into skills, because once you do that, and you can even do skills with VATS too. It's once you start putting more points into that, your accuracy improves greatly, especially like. With the different, I'm trying to think of the term, but they've got like different.
I think
Guns
there's
that
even
go in
like a
like
better handling. Isn't there a better hip shooting?
Like are you saying like without using VATS or
Yeah,
are you
isn't
like
it just a
without,
general like
without
like
using the sights?
yeah, just like
Yeah.
isn't there a hip shooting like perk too? Like you get better.
Yeah, there was a perk, I thought.
Not positive, but
Maybe I'm wrong.
I just remember like
Hmm.
in
You're
the
19
beginning.
years old. You're not good at shooting guns, so you can't be
Yeah,
fucking
and you-
laser sharpshooter at the very
Yeah.
beginning. Is what Nick is
Right.
trying to
Yeah,
say.
and then once you put more points in it, then you start getting better at it, and you put more points in VATS too, and then you build up your VATS percentages. I mean, in a sense, it's almost like you're kind of like that's kind of more the RPG.
So you really like the
aspect of
RPG
it.
aspect of it, though, don't you? That's what you're saying. You really.
Well, I
like
mean,
it.
that just kind of made sense to me. That okay, it's like okay, yeah, I'm underpowered and I'm missing all my shots. Yes, it sucks that you don't have ammo for a lot of stuff, and then you have to kind of revert to maybe doing some melee or just like throwing hands
Okay.
and probably losing. And I also understand the frustration behind it too. So it's just maybe I'm just trying to play both sides here, but
I know you're just trying to protect your game. I get it.
Yeah.
So,
No,
Dave,
no,
how
no,
many
no,
times
no.
did you beat the game?
So I beat the game once, and so I feel what Nick's saying. A lot of that would disappear if I went back and played through it again because I kind of have an idea. It's very typical of it. Its age. It doesn't give you much of a clue as to what skills you should kind of
Right.
throw
Focus
points
on.
into.
Yeah, it's
for
like
your style of play, if you know what I mean. So it
for
it
sure,
really
for sure.
doesn't. So I there are things I would do differently if I was to go around and play it again. But to be quite honest, like the shooting mechanic, once I got VATS kind of done and I had the shotgun and some other stuff, it was like it didn't.
But you
that
beat it
didn't-
more than once. I mean, technically, you beat it how
Yeah.
many times?
I can't remember how many different endings there are, but the endings are really quick because you show up at the last point and then you
So
have
how
a
many
choice.
did you do?
It was a while ago. At least
Oh.
2. I think 3, maybe.
I definitely did 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the one where everyone dies,
Yep.
and then I did the one where I sacrifice myself.
Yep. To be quite honest, that was one of the biggest problems I had with the story at the end. Is you've got this radiation resistant super mutant who could
Oh.
just go in and
Yeah, he could.
take
He
care of
could,
it.
but he won't do it.
Yeah, it's like okay, but he spends the whole like previous half hour to an hour of the game telling you how thankfully he is that you helped him out.
Right.
So maybe you have to do more quests for him, and then he finally does it. Nick,
No.
he never does it.
no.
So
That's
How
lame.
many? How many
Um,
times? How many?
so-
How many times have you beat it? How many endings have you gotten, Nick?
I think I've only beaten it like a couple of times, like because I did a playthrough.
So you've
just beat
never
it the
gone
one
for the
way.
best ending or whatever the best ending is.
Well, I mean, I went with the best ending. So here's the thing: it's and this kind of why I think before we started the show, I asked if anybody played the DLC and if the DLC was involved because that interaction with Fox, not going in. If you have the DLC, that kind of changes things a little bit, and I think you can actually send him in
Oh,
Yeah.
to actually do all that. And that's the other thing. It's if you play Broken Steel is kind of a continuation of the main story in a DLC form. So, so if you're just playing the vanilla version without DLC, or maybe just playing the non-DLC version with mods, once you get to the end of the game, it doesn't continue on. It just kind of like takes you back to the last save. And is that what happened with you guys, or?
yeah. So when I
Yeah.
did my initial playthrough and everyone just died and failed and it ended in roll credits, then I reloaded right by there, and then I did this second
Yep.
thing where I just chose to sacrifice myself,
Yep.
and then it gave me the better ending. But it's really just the
Okay.
same ending, but like different little cutscene and VO.
So even if you choose to do that, if you continue on with Broken Steel, somehow they magically find a way to revive you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
So then you continue on, and spoiler alert. Okay, nobody's covering their ears. When you're playing Broken Steel, Liberty Prime gets destroyed.
Oh, I kind of figured Liberty Prime got destroyed anyway for some reason, but
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, he does.
it just
And
kind
the
of
edition we got free
Or
on
it does.
PC was Game of
Oh.
the
the
Year
Liberty
edition.
Prime video, like Liberty Prime mission, is kind of funny. Like you're running around
Yeah.
and like this giant mechs like fucking crushing shit, and it's like that's kind
Yeah,
of
he's
fun and goofy.
Throwing football nukes.
Yeah. The funny,
Ah,
it actually
nice.
crashed on me the first time I did the
Oh
Liberty
yeah,
Prime mission.
360
Oh,
baby.
Yeah, it was like he just got stuck and wouldn't go any further, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I waited for like 5-10 minutes, and it's
Oh, that's
like,
fucked up.
okay, I'll try starting again from the save.
Nick, is there anything that we said during this whole conversation that like you were kind of surprised by, or
Well, I'm surprised that Dave actually didn't
Okay.
completely hate it.
Liked it.
Actually, to be
Yeah.
quite honest, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10, and
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Like,
say I wouldn't
I
say
was-
it's perfect, but it succeeds despite its faults.
No, because just I guess based on some of the just one-off comments here and there, I was just expecting them to just completely trash it. So that was.
No, I would
I
just
think
say
it's
it's
I think
really
like Dave
rough
says,
at
it's
the
barrier
start.
to entry. I think it's just a hard
Yeah.
game to kind of get
Yeah.
into. But once you
Yeah.
live in it for a while, then you
It
kind of
flows.
like it
It-
does have a lot to offer. So
Right.
I'm actually with Dave. I don't know if I give it an 8, 7.5 maybe, but I'm in that ballpark.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there is just it's like and actually, did you even make it to your country in the game?
Oh,
Nope.
The Republic of Dave.
Nope.
Yeah, there is a small section in kind of the south
Oh my god. See, this is
west corner of the.
deep dives.
Very deep.
There's a small little section. It's called the Republic of Dave.
There you go, Dave.
I think that was what I liked about the game. To be quite honest, though,
It's
is,
goofy. Yeah.
there's a lot of like goofy, but there's a lot of love put into it, and there's a lot of like interesting stuff. It's just again that first like hour or two just really don't do
Yeah.
a good
Like-
job of selling. Like, okay, there's this beautiful big world out there. At first, you're just concerned about like,
And
just
choices
feels like-
matter.
And
you
I
don't
guess-
really, you have no
Yeah.
real. They're trying to force you into choices, but like not
Uh-huh.
choices. Like I don't really care about any of this. Like I don't know.
yeah,
And to go back to the other thing,
Yeah.
you asked me if like some of the other criticisms that I may have had an issue with. Not so much that I had an issue with it, but maybe I just need like maybe a little bit more to expand on, because the idea is it's supposed to be like kind of a grim, gritty world. The green and brown, I guess, is supposed to kind of reflect the both the.
So like
the
Jared and Aaron
radiation.
talking shit about the color. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I mean,
I'd say
on
my
one side, I
opinion.
mean, listen, no, that's fine, because there's definitely a ton of memes on it as well that will back you up.
yeah.
A
And
lot of
it's-
Xbox 360 games.
all
just
all
that
Xbox
generation.
360 games, I believe.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Gears of Brown.
and it even kind of translates over to New Vegas as well, because a lot of people were talking about how brown and kind of dusty that game looks. But I mean, at the same point, it also takes place in a Mojave Desert, so it's
That
I mean,
makes sense.
it's yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I almost
I
kind
have
of
a
feel.
respect for Fallout.
I mean, I almost feel that with the brownish green in Fallout 3 kind of makes sense, like the green kind of being the radiation or whatever. I mean,
I changed my color on screen display from green to blue. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, I just need a different
mean,
color.
I mean, I changed
Huh.
yours like on the PC. I changed mine to white.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Just
On Fallout 4, I
uh,
turned it to hot pink, but
Interesting.
that
Yeah,
wasn't
of
an
course.
option in 3.
But
um,
but I do have a great respect for Fallout 3, and it's to the point where I have tried starting it many times, and I really do want to try and get into it and get
Mhm.
past that gate with the really giant shackles on it. And I want to see what it has, because it sounds like it has a lot of really cool stuff in it. I just need to get past my little barriers and
yeah.
things
Give
like
it
that.
about
Because
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's when once
all
you
right,
get
so it
through-
seems like I'm at that threshold where like I just need to get past this current barrier.
once you
and
get through the
Yeah,
I'll get
metro
there.
system, that's when it like you start.
I mean,
going, okay, this is fun.
I will say that like my first playthrough of Fallout 3, I just kind of like jumped right into the metro system, where now it's like I play Fallout 4 and it's just like I see a metro system, like I don't want to go on there.
When you play it now,
so,
Nick,
I
do you
mean-
see it and you just see like, oh wow, this is not aged well? Do you see any of that, or do you just see it with like?
I think he
rose-colored
sees the
glasses?
Matrix code.
Yeah, right. You just use the Matrix.
Um,
Do you see any of that though? Like,
Or do you just skip the
No,
parts
some
you
of it
don't
is
like?
absolutely dated. Like especially the way they handle power armor as like not a vehicle. It's just like shit you throw on. I mean, I don't know quite how I feel about that even just yet. Even after pouring hours into both of those games, I still don't know where I land on that.
But you have to have a core or something like that. I couldn't equip it.
I never
'cause was
used-
missing something.
I never
Yeah,
bother.
I
with
never used the
power
power
armor.
armor.
So-
I don't even
Yeah.
bother with it. Even in 4,
Yeah, so-
I never bothered with it, except for the one mission where I have to go out to the guy in the
So-
radioactive area.
So I'm different with 3 because I know one of the DLCs. So that's the other thing about this game. There's actually a couple of different. I don't know how to describe it. There's like these weird little like Fox. Dave, when you had him. Wait, who had Fox? Dave, did you have Fox with you at your side, or was that Ian, the super mutant?
Oh yeah, we
The
both.
super
Yeah,
mutant
yeah,
that you-
yeah.
Okay.
At the end, yeah, you
Yeah.
free him. Yeah,
Yeah.
At the end, yeah.
both of us.
Yeah, you notice how like he's essentially unkillable.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he's just okay. So that was kind of a glitch in the game. It's
Great glitch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like when he levels, it's like he levels exponentially when he wasn't supposed to. And there's kind of a few characters in the game that actually do that. Dogmeat and the floating Mr. Gutsy is the Arlie, Ermi, whatever. So there's that, and there's also a couple of other glitches that benefit the player. If you do the Operation Anchorage DLC, you wind up with winterized power armor. So, I mean, you'd have to play the DLC to really understand what I'm talking about,
Get on it,
Right.
Dave.
because it's a because you essentially you enter a simulation that goes back before the war, and so everything in the shoot, I need to go
Okay,
back
can
a
I
little
talk
further.
about this for a minute then? You just mentioned
Sure.
simulation. That whole simulation shit with the dad, I did not enjoy that.
Oh, the little town.
Little town
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
dealing with that. Like, I mean, I get it, but it's like,
Yeah,
oh my god, why am I
that was a
doing
bit
this?
annoying. Yeah, it could have just done with one go round.
We had to keep going and like kill all these people or whatever, like mess up their lives. It's like,
And you didn't actually have to do that, by the way, if you talk
What?
to a certain person. Yeah, if you talk to a certain person, there's somebody who's kind of enlightened.
course.
They're in on the whole deal of that being a simulation, and they don't tell you how to do it, but they tell you there is a way to kind of.
I got that impression for quite a few of the things that I did on the quest. Like,
But you need
I've made-
45 tech points to
Like with
bypass.
the-
Actually, you don't. It's just there's so there's like a weird house in there. It's like you have to hit things in a certain order to kind of unlock. It's basically a debug code for that whole simulation, and then it puts you in control instead of the little girl,
Huh.
and then you can kind of
yeah.
debug your way out of there. But-
Something involving sexual torture a little bit.
Yeah, probably a little some of that. I mean, I know I'm boring the hell out of Aaron with this.
Yeah,
Tonight-
poor Aaron.
as I sleep,
He's tired.
as I sleep, I'm thinking about beer. I'm thinking about beer. I'm
And
thinking about
Fallout.
beer. I'm thinking about beer. And I'm
He
thinking
is
about
wearing
how
a buoy
I'm thinking
sweater.
about how I need to buy all my friends lots of beer. They
For all
should-
the listeners, Aaron has fallen asleep.
what?
Oh,
Aaron
hey!
Oh,
has
hey!
entered the building.
Cops
Hey.
Co-op.
There he is.
I know. So sleepy.
I'm
Huh?
sorry. I'm
It's all
sorry,
good.
Aaron. I didn't mean to bore the hell out of you.
That
with this.
is
No.
Aaron's thoughts on Fallout 3.
Yeah.
No,
Fall out? He fell
Yeah.
out.
I fell out hard. Thrice.
That's right.
Yeah. Nah.
Well, is there something else, Nick, you need to add? before
Well,
we-
it was just I was going to circle back to my point about armor.
we're never
that
getting out of
there's
here,
like,
guys.
yeah, I guess not. I mean, there's also glitched armor in a DLC that just doesn't take damage, like everything
Nice.
else. Like
See,
everything
Nick-
else,
Nick
you have to
loves
kind of
this
repair.
game. He's in this
I
game.
do.
He
Well, I
knows
mean,
it
I was-
all. He's in it to win it.
I'm just
That's
well versed
awesome.
in it. But by the way,
Have you modded
um,
it at all? Have you ever? I mean, you ran on your PC behind you and modded it.
I think I
What PC?
maybe I did.
The one behind him,
but
that one
I
behind him
think-
runs it. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
That
should
and
do
New
it.
Vegas.
It's
I think
null
I
again.
I think I ended up modding New Vegas a lot more than I even spent with Fallout 3 because
Aaron froze. Oh no!
Because-
Oh, he
no,
just
he
is
didn't.
frozen. Oh my god!
He
Aaron's
fell asleep
giving his
again.
I
review.
thought he was just he was. Oh, Aaron, you fucking with me, bro.
Aaron, tired. Easter's rough on parents, man.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But anyway,
When
Candy
Jesus coming all over your face is difficult to take. Yes, I get it.
I guess that's a different take on Risen.
Jesus
Oh, boy.
comes again. Man,
yeah,
hour and
I
a
could talk
half.
forever. I
I
guess.
know you could.
about it.
I know you could, and maybe we
But-
need to do a Fallout 4 talk, and you can talk on it. Maybe
Mm.
maybe you'll convince us to play that game in the future. Maybe
I think
you
I
should.
have two
maybe,
copies.
maybe I should beat it first.
You
So
beat.
should-
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
you beat
Well,
Fallout
you've-
4, and we'll do an episode because I've beaten it multiple
Okay.
times at this point.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to talk about Fallout 4. I love Fallout 4.
Do we want to do the beer reviews?
You want to review?
Review scale,
Dave.
or-
Dave wants to.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
He wants to do
Let's
some
see some
thumbs.
thumbs on the Fallout 3. Dave's gonna go up.
Oh,
I want to give it more of
I
a
want
chance.
to go here.
I do
Can I,
too.
can I
You
do
guys
my?
say
Can I do my?
I'll go sideways.
I
Yeah.
want to go here.
Yeah, I'm definitely
full
more
size.
this than this, if you know what I mean. So
I didn't hate the game. I just give it. I don't know. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
I just need to settle
Aaron's
down.
never
and
gonna fucking play it
work on
again. Jared's never gonna play it again.
Give it
Nope.
some time.
Nope.
I still have it on my PC with the mod thing next to it. So
when
I
we
don't
when
know.
we when we close this down, Jared's gonna delete it.
Nah.
No, I think this was a fun episode though. I think it's fun to like, especially the game like this that was so like regarded. Like this is like a
Yeah.
game of games. This is considered
Yeah.
a
Right.
game of games. So
Like,
to kind of have
This
this like,
got people that weren't into games into games.
yeah, and you
it's-
guys weren't
that-
impressed with it at
kinda
all.
game.
yeah,
Oh,
but it
wow.
also got people that were into games into like loving it. So like it's
Different
still,
types of games.
Yeah.
Like
No, but I
trying
still
different
think even-
genres and things.
But I still think there's people like us, Jared, that love this game. Like I don't think it's necessarily
Yeah.
just that. It's like
Oh, it's universally acclaimed. I mean, it's such a huge game. As I said, like the people that don't like it are in the minority. You know, like I am in the minority.
And also, if you go into a Fallout subreddit, who a lot of New Vegas
let me
fans
just,
are.
Nick's
are
like, let me just
just-
put that up. Subreddit.
I mean, there's a. Well, I was gonna say there's some common allies for some of you who may not like Fallout 3 as much. You've got a bunch of New Vegas fans that
Yes.
want to shit on Fallout 3. They
I've
hate
definitely
Fallout
seen.
3.
I definitely saw some of that when I was looking around the New
Yeah.
Vegas versus Fallout.
That's
3.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
Well, that's
I mean,
the Obsidian versus Bethesda argument.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was having
Right.
similar
That's a
problems
whole-
in New Vegas,
I've never played New Vegas,
but that's a different story.
And I'm always considering it, but it's like I don't know if
Yeah.
I need to, but we'll see.
Right.
All right, very quickly as we wrap up the Fallout 3 epic showdown talk. I want to squeeze in some couch co-optionals really quickly. Jared,
Squeeze
What's-
those cheeks.
yeah, squeeze us.
I've been
Squeeze-
watching Black Mirror season 7.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh, that
Yeah,
first,
super
that
good.
first
I'm
one
loving
was
that.
super depressing.
Oh, dude, there's some crazy stuff in this. It's really, really good. I've watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes. It's been really good.
Yeah, the first one.
I haven't really paid attention to the show since the first season. And the best part about Black Mirror is every episode is singular, so you don't have to catch up.
Right.
You can just like, I want to watch season 7. Cool. I'm gonna watch season 7.
All right.
So yes, watch it.
Dave,
So
what
it's
do you
nice.
got?
I was rewatching Ted Lasso first season this
Oh,
week,
that's so good.
and it was so good.
Yeah. I
there's
loved
a
it
bunch-
way more
bunch
than
of
I
people we
expected.
were vacationing with who hadn't seen it, and I enjoyed it just as much the second time round.
Mhm.
So.
Great.
Cool. How about you, Nick?
So I stumbled upon something when I was dinking around Netflix this weekend. Found a little 2016 movie called The Founder.
Oh, yes,
with,
that's a great Michael Keaton.
That is really good.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very good.
that was
Very good.
that was pretty wild. I was kind of surprised that I'd never even heard of it,
Yeah, I've
and
never heard of
I
it.
just kind of stumbled
It's great.
upon it, and
It's great.
yeah.
Yeah. What you
I
think
mean-
would be really boring, it's
Keaton's
really
great.
great.
Yeah,
It's
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton really
well
makes it
acted,
compelling and
Yeah.
it moves forward and yeah.
Okay.
And it gives you a
It's
lot of
well-paced.
information about that whole like how McDonald's became big, but McDonald's itself is not.
Yeah.
It's it's wild. Yeah, it's a very interesting story.
Yeah, they're more of a real estate
Real estate.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Huh.
so many, and then
Interesting.
ultimately a lot of companies rip that off because like you could
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you
Franchise.
franchise it out and you just own the property that it's on. Anyway,
Yep.
it's wild.
And
Nice.
yeah, it's just fun also seeing all the other actors like Nick Offerman,
Oh yeah.
BJ Novak, if you're an Office fan, he's in there. And if you were a Freaks and Geeks fan, Linda Cardellini.
Okay, I'm
I've actually watched it a couple times. I think it's a great movie. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
No, it was fun. It was a fun find, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Cool.
Good
Thanks.
recommendation.
Ian.
Aaron.
All right.
Going to Aaron.
So I'm gonna go somewhere
I'm
a little
last, Jared,
different.
always.
Yeah.
I go somewhere a little different. So
That just seems right.
Let's go to the porno
Oh,
store.
absolutely.
Jenna Jameson.
Okay,
She's got
that's
some big
for last.
titties, and
No.
I mean,
Completely different.
he's not saying no to Jenna Jameson. He's just saying no. That's not his recommendation.
No. So
Not this time.
well, we were actually talking. My wife and I were wanting to get a dog, and we actually went to Vancouver and we went to the adoption agency to find a dog. Actually,
Nice.
Wait,
I
did you guys
recommend-
get a dog?
not yet. No, we
Oh.
actually had a couple. We actually might get a couple dogs because
A couple
We found-
dogs.
well, we found one that we really liked, and he was just so sweet. His name is Hall. He's like a year-old pup, like a I can't remember. It's like a healer lab mix type dog. Oh my god.
Oh, all
So
the
cute,
energy.
Well, but then there's a flip side. We were like, okay, this might be the winner, but then they're like, we got one more dog for you to meet. His name is Phil, 8-year-old, like silver lab, a silver retriever actually. Like, but he had no hair. Something happened to him. He'd think he was abused, but they rescued him. He was 8 years old, big, this hulking Labrador retriever, bald, kind of looked like a think that for a dog essentially. And he was just so
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. He was so cuddly and like he was just so nice and he was so good with the child, our child. And we were like, oh god, it's hard to decide between the two because they're so different. Like there's this high energy. Well, he wasn't high energy. He was just like kind of skittish, but he'd get better after he get adopted. But the other one, it kind of just, I'm Phil. Here I am. That was the big dog's name.
I'm filling your heart.
Exactly what happened. He kind of reminded me of Phil Dunphy from Modern Family vibes. Like he was just kind of a goofy, lovey dog. So we were, but that's my thing. Just go to if
So
you're
your
going to look for a
recommendation
dog.
is for us to come over to your house and steal your dogs?
No. My thing is if you're going
Or
to find
for
a
you
dog.
to come to Vancouver and not say hi.
Yeah, you didn't come to Vancouver and said hi to us. What is that?
We had a 3-year-old man.
Yeah,
leave her in-
mine just turned
You
6
can
on
roll.
Friday.
You can roll down the windows and leave her in the car.
Maverick loved 3-year-olds.
I don't know how well I don't know how Maverick could do with Millie because she is very. You guys know her. She's high energy. But anyway, no, my recommendation is go to if you want to get an animal, go to an animal shelter type thing and go there instead of fucking.
Yeah,
puppy
you can
mills.
save thousands of dollars.
Yes, you can.
Cool.
But
All right. Awesome. So you gonna get them or no? What's the
well, we're
thinking
gonna
about?
let's get one of them for sure because we don't know how they're gonna go with each other because one's a pup and the other's like an old guy essentially.
So which one are you leaning towards?
If we can only get one, definitely probably Phil because he's 8. We want to give him a good life towards the end. Yeah, it's a
8. He's
bit
still
more-
got like at least 8 more years.
I know, but it's like we want to give him a good end of his half life, if anything, because he's been there for a little while, and
Half-Life.
at least, yeah,
Hey, I love that game.
Video game. Shit.
yeah, yes.
Cool.
I didn't think.
Great,
There
great recommendation, Aaron. Awesome.
Yeah,
and good
solid.
luck. Good luck
Adopt.
good luck on the dog.
Well, thank
Adopt,
you.
don't shop.
Exactly. There you go.
So, I got a call from my boy Paul in the band. He's like, "I got a present for you." I was like,
Oh.
"Okay." He's like, "Can I come over?" It's like, "Sure." And he gives me this whole story about how like he had a good friend that had a huge record collection. They were getting rid of it, and he got this album, this huge box set. Not huge, just like a 3 LP box set. George Harrison's first album, and he's like, "I love this album. It's so good." And so I was down in Vancouver, and I came across it, and it was super cheap, and it had the poster. You know, the poster I have in my office. Yeah, it still has it in the thing. It's like, so
Nice.
I had to buy it for you, and so he bought me George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, and it's 3 LPs. It has the poster in it still. It's a box set. And my boy Paul bought it for me as a gift. But it's awesome. It's a great album. Like, is there any, like, what is the argument that George Harrison is the greatest Beatle musically, like skill wise? I don't know. Where is that argument, Dave? I mean, you're English, you're British. Where you on that? Where you on that spectrum?
Oh,
I think
goodness.
someone would argue that he's probably the best guitar player in the Beatles, and I think they'd have a point. It's hard to compete with Lennon and McCartney for songwriting, you know.
Yeah.
But when you do their solo albums, when you measure them against their solo albums, I think Harrison is a pretty heavyweight. I think as the Beatles, as the Voltron, yes, I get it, but
is the, you know, pinnacle probably of all the songs that any of them have ever, like,
which
that
one?
one's such a good song. While My Guitar
Yeah,
Gently
exactly.
So
I think that's even greater than Imagine.
yeah,
Anyway, so I have this awesome album. I got it now. I've been
Cool.
listening to it. It's super cool. It's like
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's
awesome.
really a double album, and then there's like this third album where it's just like this like the first two albums are like, or the LPs are like this focused album. The third is like this kind of off hook like instrumental, just like rock jam that is not what the other two albums are, and it's super fucking cool. Anyway, George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. I got it, box set. Fucking sick. I really dig it. Thank you to Paul for getting it for me. Like I wasn't even expecting it, so it was super cool.
nice.
All right, let's wrap it up and get out of here because Aaron needs to go to bed. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on the couch tonight. You know, you have iTunes, you have Spotify, you have Audible. You can watch us on youtube.com/MilkmanPictures live or recorded. We do our best to serve you. We do all the cool things. We're going to start diversifying like we did last week. We did our Disney episode. I got a car episode coming up in the future. We got more. We're going to keep doing video game stuff, but we're going to kind of diversify. I talked to Dave. I want to do a rocket episode. It'd be cool to talk about rockets. That might be fun. So, just kind of changing and just stuff. Like I'm no longer interested in what the audience wants to hear. I'm more kind of curious about just like what us as a group of people
What we
would like
want
to
to
talk
talk
about and just explore some different things. Anyway, I want to thank you all. I want to thank Jared, Dave, Nick, and Aaron for joining me here on the couch for Couch Co-op. I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Or else.
Wild rice.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags.